What's up, guys? We're back. Regular old moto vlog today. Don't really have any direction that we're headed in. We're just going for a little ride. Things got a little bit colder around here than we're used to. It got under 60 degrees again. Just threw on my riding jeans, which are supposed to be stretchy, but maybe I have to like break them in or something. They're pretty uncomfortable, not gonna lie. They're really tight around the crotch area, and they're riding up a lot. Maybe get warmed up before we rev it too hard. But yeah, I'm sure like a lot of you guys out there who ride bikes, I have been spending a lot of time on Facebook Marketplace looking at used bikes. Hey, that was a MT07. That's exactly what I was looking at. I was looking at Yamaha MT07s and R7s. I was considering maybe an older R6, but those seem a little bit too dangerous for me, to be honest. That amount of high RPM power. I think I'm gonna start with like a regular 600. I was also looking at CBR600rrs. Those are nice and affordable, have a really nice sound to them. You can set them up for the track, no problem. Super reliable engines. I might end up going the CBR600rr route. But then of course you got the classic Gixxers, GSXRs, and all the different Suzuki speed sport bikes. And there's a lot of options out there. Right now is definitely not the best time to be buying a bike in the middle of June. It's hard to not think about upgrading. I've been having a lot of fun with this bike, but we all know it's only 230 cc's. This is not a powerful bike, no matter how you look at it. And I just need a little bit more. Every time I get on the highway or the freeway, I realize that I probably need an upgrade if I want to do that more often. This bike is not built for those speeds. You can go those speeds, and I could gear it even higher to get it to go a little bit faster, but it just doesn't feel comfortable. It's too much rattling, too much shaking. I don't feel very planted. Definitely a perfect bike for just riding around town though. Very fun to bang through the gears at low speed. A few years in the future, I think I'm gonna get what I want to get is the BMW S1000rr or the M1000rr with the M package. Those bikes look like so much fun. Heated grips, all the different computer settings. They're just expensive to own for sure. But man, compared to like cars, so much cheaper. You get a top of the line BMW super bike for like 20K brand new, or like 15K on the used market, or even cheaper. Which is crazy. If you were to get a car with the same amount of power and luxury, you're gonna spend over 100K easily, and that's just not obtainable right now. Maybe in the future, anything's possible, but like even something like a Kawasaki Ninja H2 is not that expensive relative to its performance. Of course, you could also consider it like a one-way ticket to death, but you just gotta respect its power. See, I was going through the gears pretty fast there, and it takes forever to get up to 50. Feels nice when you're doing it though, I'll give it that. That thing's damn near a jump. I've been spending a lot of time still going through this back road area with the moderate twisties, good old bunny slopes. We need to find something a little bit more intermediate. Because the roads also aren't very good over here, so you don't really want to be leaning too hard, especially not in a bike like this. I think it's time to upgrade. I know I've only had this bike for like 2 months now, and I've only had my license for about a month, but I almost have 1,000 miles on it. I've done quite a bit of mods. I could probably get back what I paid for it. So let me know in the comments what you guys think I should get for a second bike. Right now it's between a CBR600rr and an MT07. I'm leaning a little bit towards the CBR just because it'll be cheaper and more obtainable on the used market. But man, I'm in love with the overall look and style of the MT07, and the fact that it's more like for city type of driving. It's got the high torque. That CBR is going to be pushing me towards the highway, which is fine. Have some fun over there too. But the MT07 seems like it's more built for around town city fun, kind of hooning around, rather than hopping on the highway or the freeway and dipping between traffic like the CBR. But then there's also the Yamaha R7, which is kind of like somewhere in the middle. It would probably be a ton of fun as well. But I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for used deals. It seems like usually from what I've seen, some of the best deals are just random bikes sitting outside of people's houses. A lot of the people that are listing up on Facebook Marketplace know exactly what their bike is worth, and they're listing it for that. But sometimes I see these random bikes sitting outside of someone's house listed for like 1,200 bucks. Gotta come with the money and be ready for it. Sometimes I catch some really nice deals on Facebook Marketplace that it's like, I see a Aprilia RST 1000, I believe it is. It's a touring super sport for $3,000 on Facebook right now. The 2001 or 2003, something like that, early 2000s. That bike looks super fun and comfortable. It's just massive. I want something a little bit more nimble. But for that price, not bad at all. That Jeep looks sick. There's so many options out there. If anybody has a bike and they're in the New England area around Rhode Island, they want to sell me for cheap, let me know. I will definitely consider it. Used to be a 1988 Honda Hurricane sitting over there, 1000cc. Guy was selling it for 800 bucks. Honestly, should have just jumped on that and fixed it. I was just a little bit nervous. If I were to purchase a 1000cc bike that's a fixer-upper, have something go wrong while I'm testing it out. And that's all she wrote. So I don't need anything quite that strong. If I stick around the 600cc range, I should be happy. But there are a lot more 1000cc's on the market than you would expect, or at least than I expected. A lot of 1000cc's, a lot of 300s, 250s around here. Not so many 600s. One thing I like about the MT07 is the seating position is it's more dirt bike than super sport, which I would like. And another thing with the CBR600 is compared to its competitors like the R6, the R7, the Gixxer, it has a way more comfortable seating position. Overall, you sit a little bit lower and the handlebars are up a little bit higher. which is just better overall. I have a really long torso and short legs. Like, I'm 6 feet tall, but I got the legs of somebody who's like 5'8". I'm all torso, which makes bikes where I have to lean over a lot a big issue. And if the handlebars are too close, it can get annoying too. Like, these handlebars are adjusted all the way forward. Stock, they come pointed out like right here. But all this, I'm built like a damn gorilla. All this torso makes it weird. So I'd probably fit really well on the super sports, like the 1000cc super sports that are a little bit stretched out farther sometimes. They tend to have bigger tanks, so the handlebars sit up a little bit higher. But you can also adjust that, like you get risers and stuff. So, should be able to make most bikes work. And the next thing I'm gonna buy is a riding hoodie. One where I can put in my back protector. Have a little bit more warmer, because this is a mesh jacket with a liner in. And if it was anything less than 50 degrees, it'll probably be not warm enough for me, to be honest. This car go in front of us. To adjust that idle down a little bit. There we go. Overall though, I'm glad I picked a bike like this to learn on. There's been already a couple moments where if I would have had a more powerful bike, then things might have gone a little bit worse. And I'm still definitely in the beginner learning stage. But I'm at the point where I could just use a little bit more power just for my bike to be more useful in more situations. Because right now I don't really have the ability to drive away from people. I'm still like fast enough to beat most cars off the line up to like 30 miles an hour, but if I really need to get myself out of a situation by accelerating out, that's not really there, especially on the freeway. I want to have a bike that can give me 3 options to get away. 1, which is obviously swerve out the way, 2, which is stopping, and then 3, which is accelerating out of danger. And on a bike that's like this, I basically have swerve out the way as my best option, because the brakes just aren't that great. I don't have any electronics, no ABS, none of that. Forks and suspension is kind of shitty. It's just not made for any type of high-speed maneuvers, even medium-speed maneuvers. It's definitely a trail bike. Little rev bomb. Also, this seat is killing me. I do not feel like breaking my seat apart and putting a gel insert and shaving it down, but I might have to if I want to ride this for the rest of the season. Because the plan is to continue to ride this until it starts to get cold again, like we start to get the winter time or fall time, and try to nab something cheap off the market at that point. But at the same time, I think that's so many people's plans. Might as well just keep my eyes open and try to grab something while I can if I have the money ready. Shout out to the crypto market for very much limiting my choices. If I were to be in market for a bike about 6 to 7 months ago, I'd be in a lot better shape, I'll tell you that much. Thank God he saw me. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. See you guys in the next one. Peace.